All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is February 11th. Oh, wait, what just happened right now? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having Baba just announced something. Baba and Baidu. Baidu on the low. It has to do with AI, bro. Oh, man, Baidu and Baba. A little flipper here, but anyways, so you got some news there. I'm sure I think Apple and Baba probably partnered on some China AI right there. That's coming out right as I press live, so we're going to have to double check on that, but I was going to tell you, we have a pretty big day ahead. It's not much data. We are going to be hearing from Jerome Powell in about like 30 minutes or an hour here right after the bell. It's not going to be a big one, believe it or not. Some of the top questions they are asking sadly, are in reference to DEI. So to give you an idea, we're not expecting much from Powell. We'll see where it takes us. But other than that, it's a big week. You did have the steel tariffs. We talked about it on last night's watch list. It's literally the most sweeping action that Donald Trump has done thus far with tariffs. But take notice, the market is taking it pretty well. So we'll see where it all takes us. But we have a big day. And now you have something going on with Apple and Baba. But Chatadonia. Oh, Najee, good morning, baby. What up, Najee? What up, Jose, Anthony, Gus Gonzo, Carissa Hines, Ben Stone, Tim Whitman, El Chapato, Samuel, Dystopian, that garbage, Brian Fierro, Joe Raz, baby, Amir. Oh, what's up, Cantology? How you doing, Deco? Good morning, Tadreen. Apple and Alibaba to make AI features for Chinese iPhone. That is your headline. So that's why Baidu is going down. So, yeah, I think my guess was correct. Literally, China and Apple partnering with Baba, and then they're leaving Baidu out of it. So there you go. Baba, Baidu, Apple. We'll post it for the guys not here. That's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. So we'll see where that takes us. But what up, NRG? Jose, Axel, Brown Tower Crows, Mr. Alexander. How you doing, Lucky Soldier? I know I got distracted with the news, baby. Jerry Woods. Yeah, Regal in the house. Kurt McGirt, Jamar, Gabor, Slade, Bushnell, Dan Kingsley. You matter, baby. Little Lebowski. What's going on? Mr. Hanlon, Jay Yeskos. There's the Chad, baby. So I'm talking about. What about the Twitch? Samurai, Stock Sasquatch, Dinosaur, Jesus in stocks, baby. Amen. Finger to the sky. Shout out to the vets, baby. Oh, yeah. Lizzie, the Merkit or Blizzy B. Dioge. I still don't know. The Optimist, man. I still don't know how to say it. What up, Roach? What up, Robo Hand Tech? And look, I see Najee Wolf again. Oh, man. So Chatadonia, I hope y'all feeling good, baby. I hope you are ready. It's going to be a fun one. Again, Powell. Again, don't get your hopes up for Powell, but, we will be listening like hawks for any comments, and we'll see. But in the meantime, here is Josh AI with the news. You just got the latest one. U.S. stock futures drop as trade nerves spur caution. Stocks struggled as the latest tariff news spurred caution among traders who are also looking ahead to testimony from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell and key U.S. inflation data. S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 futures retreated after President Donald Trump ordered tariffs on U.S. imports of steel and aluminum. Europe's Stock 600 index was held back by tumbling mining and travel shares, and a gauge of Asian stocks dropped. Gold touched a fresh record high, while an index of the dollar held gains from Monday. Treasury yields rose. The moves underscore how investors are struggling to gauge the potential flow-on effects from Trump's actions for global trade, corporate earnings, and inflation. The European Union said Tuesday it will respond to any tariffs the U.S. might impose on it, escalating a potential transatlantic trade dispute. The best approach in terms of asset allocation is to find assets that can protect you, said Christian Muller-Glissman, head of asset allocation research for Goldman Sachs, said. The big challenge is that this is going to be much more difficult from here because the tariffs are very specific. Trump on Monday set 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum shipments from all countries, including major suppliers Mexico and Canada, effective March 12th. The president earlier said he would announce reciprocal levies this week on countries that tax U.S. imports. And aside from the global trade picture, investors will also be focused on this week's key inflation data and Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's testimony before Congress. Expected inflation rates over the next year and 3 years ahead were both unchanged in January at 3%, according to results of the New York Fed's Survey of Consumer Expectations published Monday. The CPI data will be the most important this week, said Victor Yort, global head of credit and equity derivative strategy at BNP Paribas. The risks are asymmetric. If inflation were to go higher, that's worse for credit markets than the upside if inflation were to move lower. And the Treasury yields were higher across the curve, with the 10-year climbing 4 basis points to 4.53%. The sell-off in Treasuries today, which is a moderate one, could easily be rationalized as positions pairing ahead of a pretty important data print, Hjort said. UK interest rates. On the UK monetary policy front, Bank of England rate setter Catherine Mann said she voted for a bumper half-point interest rate reduction at last week's BOE meeting to cut through the noise after seeing more evidence of a weakening economy. The pound weakened before pairing the move. Before last week, Mann was seen as the BOE's most hawkish rate setter and was the only member of the Monetary Policy Committee not to back either of the previous 2 reductions of the cutting cycle. Meanwhile, the UK sold a record £13 billion, $16 billion of 10-year bonds after attracting the highest ever demand for such securities from investors keen to lock in yields near multi-decade highs. Oil advanced from near its lowest levels this year as shrinking Russian production eased concerns over a glut. Gold set a fresh peak above $2,940 an ounce before retracing some of that advance. Bullion has surged about 11% this year, setting successive records as Trump's disruptive moves on trade and geopolitics reinforce its role as a store of value in uncertain times. Corporate highlights: Coca-Cola Company's profit beat Wall Street expectations as shoppers paid higher prices for the company's sodas, energy drinks, and juices. And Travelers Cause Inc. announced a preliminary estimate of catastrophe losses of $1.7 billion pre-tax or $1.3 billion after tax related to the California wildfires. BP plc pledged major changes at its upcoming strategy update after reporting a sharp drop in profit as the company seeks to reverse a prolonged period of underperformance that is now drawn in activist Elliott Investment Management. UniCredit SPA failed to impress investors with a pledge to return more money over the coming years as Chief Executive Officer Andrea Orcel pursues takeovers in Italy and Germany. Kering SA shares rose as investors took encouragement from better-than-expected profit and signs of stabilization at Gucci, its biggest brand, which has suffered in recent years from weaker demand. Robinhood Markets Inc. is launching U.S. equity options trading for UK customers on Tuesday as the investment firm looks to expand into tax-free accounts in Britain soon. Gold hits record in volatile session as Trump fans haven demand. Bullion surged to a fresh peak above $2,942 an ounce before paring back on Monday. Bullion rose above $2,900 for the first time ever after President Donald Trump imposed tariffs on U.S. steel and aluminum imports, adding to uncertainty in global markets. He also warned the tariffs may go higher. Gold's ascent has been accompanied by inflows into bullion-backed exchange-traded funds. Global holdings have risen for 6 of the past 7 weeks, hitting the highest since November, according to data. Banks have forecast that a test of $3,000 an ounce is in the offing. Among them, Citigroup Inc. said last week it expected gold to hit that level within 3 months, with geopolitical tensions and trade wars boosting demand. At JP Morgan Private Bank, the year-end target is $3,150 an ounce, according to global market strategist Yushuan Tang. Altman says no thank you to Musk-led group's OpenAI bid. A group of investors led by Elon Musk has offered to buy the nonprofit that controls OpenAI for $97.4 billion, escalating a clash between the Tesla chief executive and the artificial intelligence company he co-founded. With the unsolicited bid, Musk said he hopes to return OpenAI to being the open source, safety-focused force for good it once was, according to a statement in response. OpenAI Chief Executive Officer Sam Altman posted on Musk's X social media platform, "No thank you, but we will buy Twitter for $9.74 billion if you want." Musk acquired Twitter for $44 billion, but its value later diminished, according to outside estimates. This isn't a direct quote, but Sam Altman low-key called Elon a bitch. Josh was like, bro, are you going to take that? Currently, Elon is brewing up his rebuttal as Scam Altman has already been used. AI is major earnings focus for U.S. corporates far beyond big tech. The focus on artificial intelligence is spreading to stocks beyond U.S. technology heavyweights, boosting analysts' earnings estimates for a broader array of S&P 500 companies. Mentions of AI adoption on fourth quarter earnings calls reached a record high, according to an analysis by Morgan Stanley strategist Michael Wilson. While the software sector had the most mentions overall, financials, media, and entertainment companies also featured prominently. The strategist, among the most bearish voices on U.S. stocks until mid-2024, said that productivity benefits from AI are a key structural catalyst for his optimistic view on industries ranging from software and financials to consumer services like hotels, restaurants, and leisure companies. Top overnight news: U.S. judge temporarily blocked the Trump administration's cuts to universities and medical centers research funding. U.S. Speaker Johnson intends to begin presenting outlines of his budget reconciliation package today. He believes he's very close to a final budget resolution. Punchbowl. South Korea's state-run think tank cuts its growth forecast for the country and warned that Trump trade uncertainty is a downside risk. WSJ. China's vehicle sales fell in January, pressured by subdued demand and a front-loading effect from the previous month. Retail sales of passenger cars fell 12.1% to 1.79 million vehicles in January from a year earlier. Sales declined 32% from December, remaining at historically low levels. WSJ. The EU vowed firm countermeasures to any tariffs imposed by the U.S. Donald Trump warned metals levies may go higher than his 25% charge on all U.S. imports of steel and aluminum from March 12th. The president also said he'll be looking at tariffs on cars and chips. BB. The UK is set to sell a record 13 billion pounds of 10-year bonds after attracting more than 140 billion pounds of orders, the highest ever demand for such securities from investors keen to lock in yields near multi-decade highs. BBG. Trump in the U.S. will consider an exemption for Australia from the 25% tariff it imposed on steel and aluminum imports this week, leaders from both countries said after a phone call. Nikkei. Israel should call off its ceasefire deal with Hamas if hostages aren't returned this weekend, Trump said. He threatened to cut off aid to Jordan and Egypt if they don't take Palestinian refugees from Gaza. BBG. Jordan's King Abdullah II will deliver a concerted message from the Arab world that Trump needs to think again on his plans for Gaza. He's set to meet with the president in Washington today. BBG. J.D. Vance said that the Trump administration will work to make the U.S. the gold standard worldwide for AI, as he issued strong warnings against regulating political speech and took aim at the EU's tough regulatory approach. BBG. BBG. Oh, yeah. There's a more. There is a more. S&P futures, they're down by 0.4 Tuesday morning. Comes after U.S. equities finished higher in a fairly uneventful Monday, with energy and tech and industrials the standout, while financials and healthcare lagged. Treasuries weaker with the curve steepening after a mixed performance on Monday. Dollar is little change. Gold is up by 0.5. Bitcoin is up by 0.4. WTI is up by 1.7 following a 2% jump on Monday. Washington continues to dominate the headlines, with Trump formally signing 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum. Reciprocal tariff details still expected in the next day or two. Reports also continue to highlight the lack of GOP consensus on a reconciliation bill and heightened government shutdown threat. Broader Trump 2.0 uncertainty is a driver of economic uncertainty as an increasing high-profile theme. Contrast with the animal spirits dynamic that was a big bullish post-election talking point. Powell and CPI, the other areas of focus today, though the largely is de-risked on Powell because the markets are not pricing in another rate cut until September. NFIB small business optimism for January dropped month over month, though remained above long-term averages. Release flagged a notable uptick in respondent uncertainty, with business seeing hiring challenges and holding off on capital investments. Semi-annual monetary policy testimony with Fed Powell kicks off today. Cleveland Fed Hammock said inflation risks are skewed to the upside, likely appropriate to hold rates steady for some time. Other Fed speak includes Fed Governor Bowman and New York Fed President Williams. Supply, another area of focus, with Treasury selling $58 billion of 3-year notes. Wednesday brings in the CPI, along with second day of testimony from Powell and comments from Atlanta Fed President Bostic in a $42 billion 10-year note auction. Thursday brings in PPI and initial claims, as well as $25 billion of 30-year bonds. Retail sales, import, exports cap off the week on Friday. Coca-Cola organic growth beat by more than 700 basis points. Shot beat and had positive outlook commentary, though bar was high. Humana missed and guided below for 25. DD beat, enough noting continued strength in electronics and return to growth in water and protection. Car beat and talked up commercial HVAC backlog supported by acceleration in data centers. FIS Q1 and full year 25 guidance below. CG EPS light. A-Lab beat and guided above. LSCC noted initial signs of broader market improvement. AN beat and saw double-digit new vehicle unit growth. Outside of earnings, BP promised fundamental reset in response to sharp decline in Q4 earnings in Elliott's stake. Elliott has also built a $2.5 billion stake in Philips. Match CEO purchased 2 million shares, and then Apple partnering with Baba on AI phones for China. Wow. So much. Trump orders 25% tariff on steel and aluminum. Reciprocal tariffs coming. Trump may exempt Australia from steel and aluminum. China seeks to become more technologically self-sufficient as Trump turns up heat on Beijing. Europe says they will respond to Trump's steel with aluminum tariffs and countermeasures. India and Thailand among countries most exposed to Trump's reciprocal tariffs. Trump latest threat, unlikely to arrest decades of declining market share for domestic producers. U.S. companies welcome Trump's push for lower taxes and deregulation, but worry about tariffs, immigration, and federal cuts. House Speaker Johnson floating a new budget blueprint featuring less spending cuts and less tax cuts as GOP struggles to find consensus on domestic policy package. GOP leaders embrace Doge-inspired cuts. U.S. judge sticks with block on Trump federal buyout plan in place. Fed Powell likely to be grilled in Congress on issues ranging from monetary policy to DEI and regulation. Fed officials wary about getting through the turn of the year price reset, which contributed to a big inflation jump in recent years. Majority of economists expect Fed rate cut by end of June, with plurality now predicting it will come in the second quarter. Bank of England man calls for aggressive rate cuts amid weakening demand. OpenAI Sam Altman knocks back buyback bid from Musk-led group. SoftBank considering debt-heavy funding structure for Stargate. Meta launches a drive to eliminate jobs as it looks for AI talent. AI-fueled CapEx plans drive stock rally. Elliott says it has built more than $2.5 billion in Phillips 66. Kering's earnings hit by Gucci Q4, declining 24%, but CFO flags improvement in Chinese and U.S. demand. Novartis to buy Anthos Therapeutics for $3.1 billion. BP Q4 profit hits 4-year low. China says it will intensify support for trade-in programs while boosting spending in cultural, sports, and inbound tourism. EU launches investment AI initiative to mobilize $200 billion investments in artificial intelligence. Australian consumer confidence recovery stalls. Business sentiment rebounds. Australia business confidence improves in January while business conditions fall. Southbound flows from mainland China to Hong Kong drive Hang Seng rally. Trump says Israel should cancel Gaza ceasefire fire if hostages are not returned, set to meet Jordanian king. Trump says he has spoken with Xi since inauguration but provides no further details. Trump pushes Europe to buy more U.S. weapons for Ukraine in bid to improve Kyiv's leverage before any peace talks. Wow. Yeah, this is real Josh right now. I am real Josh. I'm not AI Josh. BBJ. Maybe. I don't know. Good morning. There's still a little bit more. We got some pre-market movers. We'll get through those, and then I think we'll be good to go, baby. Shout out to the vets. Good morning. Vice President Vance sits down with European Commissioner von der Leyen. This is so weird. Why is he doing anything? This is so odd for a vice president. Anyways, we have some plays. So Phillips 66, you've heard about that one. Elliott took a $2.5 billion stake in them. DD is up by 5.2 off earnings. ECL 4.7 off earnings. SPGI 4.2 off earnings. Eldos 3.7 off earnings. Coca-Cola 3.3 off earnings. Humana 2.8 off earnings. STLD up 2 off tariffs. First Solar up 1.8. Mizuho upgrade. Nucor 1.7 tariffs. Car is up by 1.1 off earnings. Latisse is up by 14 earnings. A new CFO. Golf up 9.6 to replace ROIC and S&P Small Cap 600. Biohaven up 8. FDA acceptance of priority review. TVTX up 7 to submit SNDA. GDS is up 5.1 considering U.S. IPO of GDS International to raise $500 million. KLG is up 4 off earnings. CLF 3.9 tariffs. HE 3.8 statement of Hawaiian Supreme Court decision on claims in Maui wildfire litigation. ARVN is up at 2.8 off earnings. AXSM 2.7 Deutsche Bank initiates buy. IONQ 2.7 General Dynamics Technology Partnership. Peloton up 1.9 upgrade. Match 1.9 insider buy. Prax up 1.8 Deutsche Bank initiates buy. LegalZoom up 1.7 preliminary Q4 results in acquisition. VSTE is up 30, breakthrough with solar thermal power receiver tower. SLQT up 29, earnings $350 million investment. ATEX 15 engages Morgan Stanley to initiate strategic review. USAU up 5, updated pre-feasibility study for gold project. Trading lower. FIS down on earnings. Strategic partnership down 9. GFS down 5 off earnings. MDP down 5.2 off earnings. ALAB down 4.5 off earnings. NC down 3.4. Genesis regains full control. Shop down 3.1 off earnings. MT down 2.7 Trump tariffs. MAR down 2.5 off earnings. FCX down 2.1 on Trump tariffs. Rio 2.1 on Trump tariffs. CLS down 2.1 insider sale. Snap down 1.8 Guggenheim downgrade. SCCO down 1.5 Trump tariffs. Vale down 1.0 Trump signs tariffs as expected. FLNC down 42 off earnings. HLIT down 28 off earnings. VSAT down 18, expects $130 million impairment. Goldman downgrade. DVAX down 5. HBM down 2.5 on tariffs. ACHR down 2.3 mixed shelf. And then THRD, they're down 31 on a phase 1 trial. And Chinese ADRs and gold and silver trading lower. Wow. Not bad, baby. Not bad. Ford is considering where to build inventory to prepare for Mexico and Canada tariffs. That's coming. Ford CFO making a bunch of comments right now. So take a look at Ford. So Chattadonia, are you feeling good, baby? Are you guys ready on a blessed Tuesday? We're going to have Powell here just in a little bit. So get ready for that, man. But there's something more important with Powell. Honestly, some people say Powell is the most important man in the world. I think the most important man in the world is somebody who has sacrificed everything for their country. Yes, so Jerome Powell, you're cool and all. But yeah, the veterans, baby. So for real, man, and I don't know if you guys want to help me out with this. Every single day, bro, even in the chat, I think this is a culture that we need to enforce. Where for real, man, the veterans, you guys deserve all the respect and honor. And for real, I don't know what you agreed with or not. Even if you don't agree with everything I say, I really respect your service to this country and the honor. Even if I may be a pacifist, the fact that you guys have given up so much for other people, to make that go unnoticed would be just a pure violation of society, in my opinion. And that's why, if you guys want to help out, we should be very annoying. $6.9 billion is what it would take to house all of the homeless veterans at the VA. And I'm sure there's a lot more. But yeah, so we should be annoying about that. But at the very least, man, if we can't show love and appreciation for our soldiers and our veterans and the people and families who have given so much to this country, that's how you know we're failing as a whole. So I really hope we could do this. And for real, veterans, I hope you guys make the most of everything on this stream. If there's a way I could help, let me know. I hope you get that VA loan. I mean, if I want a long-term for everybody else, just imagine. I really want you to get a long-term, baby, because y'all really, really do deserve it. And I am in your debt. And thank you for everything you have given. And biggest shout out to to your families who have also made the sacrifice. So God bless you, veterans. Thank you to every single one of you. And I hope all of y'all can thank the veterans as well if you have not served. And at the end of the day, too, man, anybody else giving back to their local communities, doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, the coaches, the garbage men. If you're making your community run in a positive fashion, baby, God bless you and thank you. But, ladies and gentlemen, please rise up. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Send the digits! Oh, it's game time, baby. Oh, no. Let's go. Oh, Chatadonia, from Chatadonia to the mountains. Da, 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 dong, dong. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, baby. So Jerome Powell in 30 minutes. Are you guys locked and loaded? It's time, baby. We'll go over plays with the rest of the chat. I love you all, and I hope you are doing very, very well. But at the end of the day now, it is time that we move over. I will see you on the other one, baby. I will see you on the other stream. Is this the link? I got the link, baby. Yeah, here it is. Just kidding. There it is. Good morning. We're going. We're switching over. Get ready for Pow Pow, baby. So good work, Chad. Shout out the veterans. For real, this would be crazy if we didn't have them. You know that. All the sacrifices people made. Don't get me started. But I love you. Thank you. And yeah, I'll see you on the other one.